Greetings, my friends. David Daniel here. Wonderful to be with you. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. I hope it's been a great day. So today we're talking about courage. Why is courage important? And what are a couple ways you can bring more courage into your life? And Maya Angelou summarized courage in such a beautiful way when she said, courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice the other virtues consistently. What a wonderful way to finish this video series where we've been talking about the three intelligence centers in our bodies. The heart intelligence, which is the place of compassion, the head intelligence, which is the place of creativity, and this week, the gut intelligence, which is the place of courage and self-protection. So when you combine those three together, it makes for a really powerful way of being in the world, setting an intention every day of being compassionate, creative, and courageous. Really has changed my life in some awesome ways. So I want to help you do that too. So this week we're talking about courage. I'm going to give you 3 tips for how you bring more courage into your life. So get out your journals and take some notes. Tip number 1, courage is a habit, and habits have to be practiced. And so what I want you to do every day is wake up and set an intention to be courageous. But I want you to do it in 2 particular areas if you can. And it's going to bring in these last couple of weeks. I want you to set an intention to do an act of courage that is compassionate. Either compassionate towards self or compassionate towards another. And I want you to set another intention to be courageous in the place of creativity. What is something that I can do that's creative today that really is going to take some courage for me to do it? It can be small, it can be big, it can be your own thing. And if you want to go outside of those 2 intentions, that's great. The point is, wake up every day, set an intention to be courageous, and then at the end of the day, celebrate that act of courage. If you want to take it a final step, come back, post comments below, and talk about an act of courage that you did, and pay it forward, guys. Because when people see you being courageous and compassionate and creative, they want to imitate that. Let's get more of this going in our world. So that's tip number 1, cultivate the habit of being courageous. Tip number 2, I want you to start to tune into your fear. What is it that you're so afraid of as you think about these acts that require courage? Courage is the ability to act in the face of fear. And so are you fearing the process of what you're about to do? Is it that it feels like it's going to take too long, it's going to be too painful? Or is it the outcome that you fear? Whatever it is, put language to your fears and then realize that fear also comes from the gut. Isn't that ironic that courage and self-protection both come from the same place? And it's that ability to act in the face of fear that really allows us to be courageous. So, is it the process or is it the outcome? Put some name to your fear. And tip number 3 is, I've never been able to act from a place of courage unless I was clear on my values. And values come from the heart. And so, being clear about what your value set is really important. And people struggle with this. What does it mean? I understand the term value, but I have a hard time. I had a hard time myself coming up with what my values are. Well, there's 3 core values that I think are key to us as human beings. The first is truth, the second is beauty, and the third is goodness. So think about what is true, beautiful, and good about what it is that you're trying to do, and you'll start to come up with your value set. And I can pretty much predict if whatever it is that you're doing that requires courage, if your values are not reflected in what it is that you're trying to do, the likelihood of success is very low. And so being clear about what you value in the world and in your life is so important. So what is true? What is beautiful? What is good? What are your values? So there you go. There's some tips on how to bring more courage into your life. Number 1, it's a habit. Cultivate the habit by setting an intention and then celebrating, and if you want, post some comments about your act of courage. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, be clear and put language to your fears. By putting language to them, we bring them to life, and we realize that they're probably not going to happen. Tip number 3, what are your values? If you're acting from your heart, from a place of your value set, truth, beauty, goodness, courage is going to be amplified. So there you have it. There's the 3 tips. So go out every day. Be present and aware in every moment. Be gentle and kind with yourself and with others. And be here now. Thank you.